Recapping what we have so far, we have a form that's present within a div called personal data. We're taking a variety of text type inputs. We also have two button type inputs. The button type inputs run the methods submit and clear. So far, we have written the submit method. We've also got a body onload function that we are running, a JavaScript function that we are running called check. And so those functions are up here. The submit function basically gets all the tags that have the name input, and for only those tags that are not button do we actually set the local storage object to the key value pair for the local storage object being the names of the IDs and the corresponding values of those IDs. The check function checks whether there is in fact anything in local storage, and if there is anything in local storage, it actually puts a message in the message div, and the message being you have accessed this form previously, would you like to change this information, and then puts that information back, puts the information that's actually present in the local storage object based on the key values. It gets the local storage value corresponding to that key and populates the various input elements with the corresponding values. So what we have so far, when the form functions as it should, is this, right? Where we have the local storage object for fname, lname, email, and address being populated based on whatever is already in local storage. Now what I would like to do is to write this clear function out. Now when we click on the clear button, what we want to happen is we want all those input elements to go to blank. So we want to just clear all those input elements out. We also want to clear the local storage, and we also want to clear the message div. And so this is a relatively simple method to write. If you all would like, y'all can pause the video right here and write that method out. Just think through the problem and write the problem out, or write that function out. So pause right here. If not, let's continue. So the function I want to write is called clear. So let's write that function out. So function clear, and in this function the first thing I want to do again is to get all the inputs, right? So I have var so get element by tag name, or get elements by tag name, and I want to get all the input elements. Now again, I want to loop through those elements, and now think about what I would like to do as I loop through those elements. As I loop through those elements, I actually, for every element, for every input type element that is not button, all I want to do is I want to clear it out. I just want to set its value to 0, right? Or to, not even 0, sorry, blank, right? And so I'm going to say if the input, if the ith element that I'm currently looking at, its type is not button, I want to do certain things. And really, I want to do one thing. I want to get the document, and I want to get the element by ID. Now what is the ID that I want? Well, the ID is the ID of that ith element, and I want the value of that element to be in fact blank, right? And so by doing this, I am getting the element, I'm getting the ID of that ith element, and I'm setting its value to blank. And so what this for loop is going to do is it's going to loop through the entire or it's going to loop through all the different input elements, and as long as they're not buttoned, it's going to set all of them to kind of blank values, right? This does not, unfortunately, clear local storage. To clear local storage, we go to the local storage object and we run the clear method. And the clear method just clears local storage out. Now, we're still not done, because you will remember we have actually set the document text to be something, right? We have populated that message div with certain text. So what we can do is we can clear the inner HTML of that out as well. So we can do document dot get element by ID, and the element we want to get is going to be message, and its inner HTML we want to set to blank. We want to blank it out. And so what this function is going to do is it's going to get all the input type elements. For all those elements that are not button, it's going to get their IDs. We're going to use the IDs to set their value to blank. We're then going to clear local storage, and we're going to set the message div to or the message ID to blank. So we're going to get rid of the message as well. So let's see where this works. Again, I'm going to open local storage index once again. Local storage, we see it's populated. Now this clear from should get rid of the message, clear all that input, and it should empty this out. So let me just try that out. It doesn't seem to be working. So we can debug this a little bit. So let's make sure certain things are happening. One of the things I can do is log to the console whether I'm actually getting things out there as I should be. So I'm going to see whether I'm actually getting the data I want. Okay, so if I run the clear farm, something's not happening. Function's clear. Let me just throw in an alert over here. So that I can see whether that function is triggering. So the function is not even triggering. And so that tells me something. And what is it telling me? Well, it's a script. The function name is clear. I'm running the clear function on click. What is clear form? I should be running that function. Well, I'm going to change that to clear form because maybe I'm thinking it could be a keyword. It could be a keyword. There we go. That was the issue. And I have button not defined, so I'm going to change this. I'm going to put this in single quotes. And I'm also going to get rid of the alert over here. The console, the application, this is my local storage. When I hit clear form, this should clear. And it does. So this is an example of how you would use different local storage methods to actually kind of work with data in local storage.